I'm 6'3", he's 3'9". You're not supposed to laugh. You're not supposed to fucking laugh. I'm 6'3", he's 2'1", and this is a bloody big box. Welcome, you legends and heli heads and choppers and stick bangers. Let's forget the stick bangers. Subscribers and everyone else who's swipey, clicky. Welcome to this video on Helished. Now, the Condor has landed. For those of you subscribers, you've seen him fly a lot. He's the one that's got the most amount of views on our video on Helished, the SAB Maverick, the flagship helicopter, fantastic flight. And you can see that up there. Is it up there? Well, it would be there, wouldn't it? Is it up there?
No, it's up the other corner. Up there.
Condor has landed. I'm joined with Condor today. Well, not joined. We're not Siamese fucking twins, are we?
No.
This is the first collaboration video I've done. I've asked Condor to come today to help us with this box. Now, seriously, this is a massive box. No secret, the title is obvious. This box is massive. Seriously, it must be, I don't know, what are you, 5'10"?
Must be 5'5".
It must be 5'5". It's the biggest box I certainly have had in the radio controlled hobby. This is the fuselage for Rosie. And if you're not sure what we're on about there, you can see the video up there. It is up there, isn't it? You can see the video up there. The intent was always to build Rosie, fly it on Annalee's birthday, and celebrate Sabran Day at an appropriate time, put her into what was previously referred to as a black shark fuselage. I don't think it's called a black shark anymore, but let me tell you, this is it. If you want a fuselage for your 760X or even 700 size helicopters, in the UK, you can get them from Midland Helicopters, and I'm sure you can get that from Aligned Trex as well. This particular fuselage has come from Midland Helicopters. They haven't gifted it to me. I wish someone would. I wish someone would.
I wish they'd gift it to me.
They didn't gift it to me. I paid for it out of my own money, and this has not been touched at all. I haven't opened it whatsoever. You're seeing it for the first time on this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get off this side and I'm going to go the other side, and Condor is pretty much going to run with the rest of this video for us. And we're at least going to do an unboxing and a review, I think, of what it is that we've got. I'm telling you now, it's pretty bloody special. Finally, before we go, you all know I was in the army, in the infantry. Condor used to be in the Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineers. Isn't that right?
Yes, correct.
And right now he's standing underneath the Queen's colours of the infantry, aren't you?
Yeah, well, no comment.
Right, first of all, packing. Condor, what's your assessment of this box?
Well packed.
Well packed by Midland Helicopters. So look, even when you're buying an extremely expensive fuselage or helicopter or whatever, you can be sure that when it arrives to you, it will be well packed. Now, that's not just that's not just with Midland Helicopters. That's also with AT Models, Aligned Trex, and also Helishop in the UK. All three of those businesses are fantastic at sending you packages. They will all be very well packed. What have we got there? So we've just undone the top
one
there.
box inside of another box.
We've got, high up, don't do your back in, nipper. Yeah, so I mean, this is a big box. You can see it there now. I mean, crikey, holy moly. Yeah, this is a, we might have to cut it from the other side.
Right, I see.
Bloody hell, it's fire. I've only got an IQ of 3, I couldn't work that out. Your IQ is only 2.5. Oh, look at that. Do you want me to help this end?
Yep.
Bloody hell, we could put a body in this. God, honestly, it's like taking a sheath off. Wow, look at that. I mean, that is something, isn't it? Whew. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I am very.
Honestly, it's like a Tuesday night for me. I get excited on a Tuesday night. Right. Oh. Oh. Now, just while Condor's doing this, I've got to say that I was a little bit disappointed in the tube of you and the wonderful people in the radio control helicopter hobby, because there are very little videos out there of the aligned Trex fuselages. There are a few videos of people flying them in F3C competitions, and there are very few private videos that are done by individual flyers. There are certainly no unboxing videos. This, I can tell you now, is the only unboxing video of the 760X fuselage. It simply doesn't exist.
Instructions, undercarriage,
Undercarriage, skids, skid pipes. It's really well packed, you can see that.
bag of parts.
Bag of parts. Jesus, mother of God, that is a dinner plate.
And now the reveal.
Wow, wow-wee. Wow. What are your initial impressions, Condor?
Brilliant. Very nice. It's carbon fibre reinforced.
Have you sniffed it? Did you sniff it? Initial impressions are really good quality. There's certainly no chips on the paintwork. The paintwork is very good. The quality on the outside is good. I'm not seeing any sort of imperfections. I love it. It is fantastic. And I thoroughly recommend this. It is more expensive than the other two fuselages, and that is because it is carbon fibre. But to be fair, and complete transparency and exposure, when we look inside, we can see that actually the whole of the fuselage is glass fibre. But we can see carbon fibre weave here for, let's call them the windows. So the whole fuselage is glass fibre, and the windows here, what looks like a huge set of eyes, that is indeed carbon fibre. I think this fuselage is better than the blue and white one and the red and white one. I really like that. That is absolutely gorgeous. Now, to get the fuselage apart, there are two, what are they, Condor? 2mm or 2.5?
Two 3mm screws.
Two 3mm screws that hold the boom onto the main canopy.
And magnets at the bottom.
And magnets at the bottom here.
And plates.
And we can see there inside, as I said, the carbon fibre weave there for the windows, which of course adds a huge amount of strength to the front of this canopy. But yeah, in general terms.
And look at the amount of room in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's massive, isn't it? Absolutely massive. Condor, why don't you just talk us through what it is that we see here in these bags?
Obviously, we've got some quite soft rubber mountings here, so this is your soft mounting inside the fuselage. A couple of aluminium brackets, where I think they're to do with the undercarriage, and then 4 or 5 carbon plates. Undercarriage, tail part, how that goes don't know yet, and a couple of magnets, and obviously a bag of screws. So it looks quite interesting.
In this hobby, you really need something you can hold. There's no better way. Even having it on your iPad just doesn't really work. You need to be able to do exactly what Condor is doing now, reading through the manual, familiarising yourself with, with the process, a skim and a scan before you even start actually on the journey of putting it all together. What's your initial
Well, a
thought?
quick scan through the manual, and I think it's going to be very easy to follow.
Really?
Yes. It seems to be pretty well laid out exactly where you want everything, which is all you need. So I don't think we'll have a problem following that at all.
Even with your IQ of 2?
Yeah, even with my IQ of 2. Right, first thing is we're going to take the rotor blades off, tail blades off, tail gearbox off, support bars off, and all the undercarriage off.
Right, there we go. So join us in the click of a finger. Oh, there's more.
And the canopy, of course, and mounts.
Canopy and mounts. All right, so all right, there we go. We're now done. So Rosie has been stripped down. Excellent. Top tips for our wonderful subscribers and passers-by. What top tips can we give them when we're preparing the donor machine for the fuselage?
I forgot.
Well, that fucking helps, doesn't it?
Well, mainly watch out for all the extra bloody Loctite that people use too much of.
Oh shit, I think that's me.
As you can see, we've removed the front part of the gearbox from the back part. We are now going to change the outer casing of the front part for the new outer casing. The only difference being is instead of having a plate that goes on here with a pin that goes into the tail boom, this one has got a screw and a bolt goes into the tail boom to hold it onto the tail boom. And whereas this has got 2 clamps, this one's only got the single clamp. It just means that you're taking less room, you're not adding any extras on the outside here. I'm assuming so that it fits into the fuselage better and takes up less room, because if you've got this plate on the side where the pin goes through the hole, I would imagine you're going to have less room in there. That's the only, until we put it together, I don't exactly know. Right, as you can see, we've changed the front end of the gearbox. As you can see now, there's a little screw that will go into the hole into the tail boom eventually when we get to that stage. So that's ready to go on. While we've been doing that, we've put the carbon plates on the side and the new blocks underneath to lower the undercarriage. So that's ready now. So now the next stage is putting all the rubber parts on and then mounting it. Right, so we've put the inner rubber and then the outer rubber on here. The tie wraps here just to hold while the glue dries. We've mounted the carbon plate with the magnet on the rubbers onto the fuselage at the front. That's front mounting. And then we've done the same at the back here. Carbon fibre plate onto the rubbers, onto the fuselage, lining up with the hole at the underneath.
Okay.
When you've got it mounted in the back, you've got a screw there, but you've also got the 2 undercarriage legs come through here. And when we've done it, there'll be another rubber block at the top here, which will go onto either side of the anti-rotation bar, which will hold the top end. And it sounds like it's not enough, but it's, when you think about it, it's plenty. So we'll see what it's like when we fitted it all.
Just talk us through the consideration that we're going to be placing on with regards to our antennas of our receiver. What was it you said to me earlier?
Well, we've been talking about what we're going to do with the antennas, but because it is fiberglass, the antennas will go in where they were before. We're going to leave them there. Right. Because it's glass fibre, we shouldn't have a problem.
And really, we should only have a major worry if the whole fuselage was carbon fibre,
yes.
Right? But that's not the case on this, and probably why it was designed like this, so that just the front part of the canopy, as I mentioned earlier on at the beginning of the video, the actual eyeballs are carbon fibre, and there's no receiver at that end.
The next stage is now to put all this lot into here.
We're really impressed with how she looks. For the lessons learned and top tips that you could have for the stage that we've just done there, which is the actual fitting, this is where we hand over to Condor. So Condor, great build. What are the sort of lessons learnt that we found when we were putting this together?
Don't put the bottom canopy mount on until you built it and fitted the canopy. The tail end we've had to cut down because it's too long, which is expected.
By how much do you reckon?
We cut it down by about 3 to 5 mil. And the top mount we've had to slightly modify because it doesn't fit how it says in the instructions. Other than that, it's gone together pretty well. There's only actually 1 screw holding that mechanics to the fuselage. All the rest is just done by rubbers. And it's certainly very secure on there.
Right, let's put some blades on her and let's have a sum up. You gonna fucking help me or what? There you have it, legends. That's how you turn the 760X into the F3C World Competition winner. Are they?
I don't know. I don't know whether they've ever won.
I think you'll agree, she looks fantastic. Now, it's still crappy weather out there right now, so we are not going to be flying this probably until the sort of weather has calmed down a little bit, and certainly when it gets a bit drier.
Middle of March.
Middle of March. Yeah, middle of March we'll be flying her, and I can't wait to fly her. What are my big takeaways from this build? Well, first of all, Condor makes awful tea. I've never worked so hard all my life on my own. Next time.
Crap.
But no, on a serious note, lessons learned from this. Look, here's the thing. Whether you buy a kit car, you know, a Westfield, a Lotus 7 or whatever, whether you buy a speed fuselage for a helicopter, whether you buy an F3C fuselage, whether you buy a Roban helicopter, or the old Vario, or whether you get a funky fuselage to wrap around your helicopter, whatever it is that you do, you are always going to have to do some form of micro-engineering, right?
Correct.
And we had to do that on this. We had to, as Condor said in the previous statement, as Condor said in the previous video, we had to, as Condor said in the previous, as Condor just said, we had to reduce the tail. We had to make some adjustments at the front. We had to do some micro-engineering. We had to use a drill. We had to use needle files. You've got to be brave in this. There is always some micro-engineering you've got to do, particularly from the manufacturing process. And we've had to do that here. But I'm very happy where we are. I'm very happy with the state of play as she is. I'm very happy with I can't wait to fly her. Can you? You can't wait to watch me fly her, can you?
Yeah.
You like watching me fly, don't you?
Yeah, well, when you can fly.
Exactly. In summary, a great build. I'm very happy with the way it looks. I hope you enjoyed this video because it is a unique video on YouTube. This was always the plan, was to have a 700, a 760, and then put it in a speed fuselage. That has happened a lot quicker than it normally would have done. And I'd honestly like to thank Mrs. Heli for that, for the gift of this beautiful fuselage. Thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Join me on the next one. It's all about the journey. Take care. Bye-bye. Fly safe.